Welcome to Main Street Minds with your host, Amish Munshi. This is where industry leaders and seasoned pros share their secrets to success beyond limits. Let's dive in.
Hello and welcome to Main Street Minds. Today I'm very excited to have Ritu Chopra over here with us. I wish there was a easy way to explain and introduce her, but when it's not easy, it's very, very special, right? So without any further delay, let me open up the floor. We have Ritu over here with us. I have been very privileged to have known her for 20 years. Like, can you imagine? Most people won't even believe that she's 20, but still, I've known her for 20 years, and it was a privilege working with her. I learned a lot while I was working with her, and it's amazing how much she has achieved. Even she was a big achiever at that time, and how much she has achieved even now. She's a technologist. She's a leader. She is creating leaders for the 21st century. Not even like right now. It's like people that will be what will be required in the future. And in addition to all of that, she's also an author of a very successful book and a filmmaker. So without any further delay, there is this episode is going to be packed with a lot of knowledge. Don't miss it. You're going to love this episode. So without any further delay, Ritu, tell us more about yourself.
Thank you, Amish. Yes, it had been 20 years. New York City, that was an outstanding experience. Something at that time, it was like, I call it, still recall it, it was an experience on steroid.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Yeah.
and since then, I have more gray hair than you do.
Yeah, things change. I just think it's the magic of some life that my wife does.
Yeah.
So she just tries to do something that ensures my gray hairs just hide somewhere.
So what amazes me is that whatever path our journeys take, right, we have ability to connect instantly with people.
Mhm.
We kind of find them sooner if we want
Yeah.
to. Uh, and the most important part of our lived experiences, professional, personal, that has a profound impact on our progress, what
Mhm.
we call financial success, right?
Yeah.
And we all have somehow, somewhere were impacted greatly with either our the first connection, family members, or ourselves with pandemic.
Yeah.
So
Everything changed.
a pandemic changed the course of our business and lives globally. I'm not talking about a continent, I'm talking about
Yeah.
globally. It took, it was an equal opportunity for everyone, regardless of their race, religion, age, any other preferences. People associate themselves. We all were impacted. It changed our perspective in many ways, how we live, how we work.
Mhm.
Sadly, many of us have forgotten the lessons we have learned. But we get reminded the business world, how it was impacted, the transition and the phase it took into deeper and faster into the fourth industrial revolution, which
Mhm.
is the technological revolution, much faster than we can think of. So you mentioned about my book, The Women Leadership, and that was the outcome of that experience post-pandemic, where I saw many women globally that I have been connected in a leadership roles in a outstanding leaders of their own domains. When they found themselves out of workforce, even men also, but a year later, it was easier for men to go back into the workforce than it was for women.
Yeah.
And in my conversations with people that I was connected, um, many of them were choosing retirement, early
Yeah.
retirements. And that kind of hit me. Um, to think that this outstanding experience that they have, they go into retirement, they take their valuable expertise with them and
Yeah.
hire, whereas our younger generation needs it. They need to be mentored, men, women,
Yeah.
as women, they are the nurturers, the caregivers, the
Mhm.
givers of life. They have more connection, emotional bond and connection with their
Mhm.
children, etc. They need to be out there sharing
Yeah.
the lived experience and experiences with the younger generation.
Mhm.
That's where
And
this book started, the women leadership in the 21st century. I don't know if you can see that. It's a holistic approach to leadership, creating and raising conscious leaders of tomorrow.
sure. Yeah. And is this mainly in the print edition or?
It's all of them. It's print, Kindle, as well as the audio version of it.
Okay.
And I'm working on the Spanish version of the book, and it would be available first in ebook and
Okay.
audio. It'll take a few more months
Sure.
we get
Yeah.
there. So coming back to the idea of it, other thought process is globally, um, we can see the different cultures, the dynamics of the cultures, but everywhere when we see women are the primary caregivers,
Yeah.
right? They have that empathy and ability to bring everyone to the table.
Yeah.
So my call to action became that women of the baby boomer generation, so who
Mhm.
found themselves having more time on their hands, you know, taking the lead to bring
Mhm.
everyone to the table,
Yeah.
having the
Yeah.
dialogue,
Yeah.
because uh, it's more important now than it was before. Any 25 years of the history we see, let's
Mhm.
take last 100 or 125 or 150 years, any segment of 25 years, the last 25 years between 2000 and 25, every generation has seen a rapid change than any other 25-year block.
Mhm.
And this 25 year, the last 5 year have been beyond our
Yeah.
words, that we try to find a way to say something, but the things have changed,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And
Exactly.
we are in a fourth industrial revolution, and there's no turning back.
Yeah. Yeah. It's only going to get more and more
More and
progressive.
more. So the pandemic um, put us into a rapid implementation of the robotics and artificial intelligence. It
Mhm.
was there. We can read articles and see tidbits here and
Yeah.
there. It
Yeah.
had been around. It was more of a concept. Now
Yeah.
it's robotics. So there is a lot of fear, misunderstanding, lack of understanding, and oh, it's going to take jobs. Yes, in many ways, yes, they would switch.
Mhm.
I spent almost 400 hours of interviews with men and women leaders around the world on different topics. And even though my book was not on AI, but I would often ask
Yeah.
questions, given their background and expertise. Um, are organizations or societies or governments doing something that
Mhm.
jobs would be replaced by AI? Often answer was no.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was scary,
Yeah.
even though I don't write in the book, but it was like getting the firsthand feedback coming from people. Yes, they understand, but no one's doing something, and whose
Mhm.
responsibility is it?
Mhm.
Right? So there were no answers. There were more
Yeah.
questions. Now, in 26, in the start of the 26, AI is everywhere. in,
Yeah.
in our news, in our daily lives, in our social media, there is more misinformation about AI than there is. So I looked at on the both sides of the pros and cons, and I had spoken to um, the space research scientists that I'm connected with, to kind of get to the depth of,
Mm-hmm.
because they happen to be experts in certain area of the AI,
Mm-hmm.
and many other professionals who are SMEs in the areas of AI and ethics, etc. So when we look at that, take a positive impact that AI and the robotics have made, and where
Yeah.
there is a lack of understanding and a misinformation or a lack of information, put
Mm-hmm.
that separately, and
Mm-hmm.
then come together and see what can be done, uh, and where the um, women can take a lead to
Mm-hmm.
lead these conversations,
Mm-hmm.
right? And these are very educated, qualified women who found themselves out of the workforce. And that's
Mm-hmm.
where this book started.
Yeah.
So, to give you an example, in my own research, if we look at the AI and the robotics, and my research is and
Mm-hmm.
information is limited, I want to
Mm-hmm.
mention that. Um, if we take it medical sciences,
Mm-hmm.
we take agriculture sciences, we take research, we take space science, the
Mm-hmm.
AI has made a positive, a valuable
Yeah.
contribution,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's not going to take away everybody's jobs.
Mm-hmm.
We need to reskill the segment of the population whose jobs will be replaced.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing to retrain them, reskill them, and how long
Yeah.
it will take? And that creates a AI and a robotic, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then AI as a concept had been around longer than we can
Yeah.
even, well, the AI became a word.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been around for like close to a century now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have a practical usage into our
Mm-hmm.
daily lives,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Drone deliveries are, and self-driven cars and things, they're out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Usage would increase by time,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So that's a kind of, I don't want to say misinformation people have, it's a
Mm-hmm.
lack of information.
Yeah, yeah. And it's also the fear, right? Like anything that's unknown causes fear. I
Yes.
don't like any technology advancement that comes up, it just causes the same thing. Machines are here, we are not going to have work. Calculators are here, people are going to forget maths. We are just doing more complex maths.
Okay. My favorite one is Kindle. I
Yeah,
I'm a person who reads the book and book
yeah,
looks red. It
yeah,
looks really red with notes, sticky
yeah,
notes,
yeah,
colors, highlighters and stuff. So that's
yeah,
how I read books. And
yeah,
I wasn't really, I have Kindle. I wasn't really very thrilled about having book reading on a little notepad
yeah.
that you had put a sticky note and a
Hmm.
highlighter or so.
Yeah.
One time, this is many years ago, I read something that Kindle was very popular among retirees
Mm.
traveling
Hmm.
because you could download 10,000 books on a Kindle while you are in a cruise ship and
Yeah,
sitting there and relaxing on a lounge chair and
yeah,
read your book. And I said, wow, I never thought of that.
yeah,
So
yeah,
there was a segment of the population
mhm,
who finds value in it. So
yeah,
I think that's where we need to open up our minds to AI as well,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So mm, I'm sure you have more questions.
So no, no, I was
So
trying to like wanted to ensure like I'm covering everything as well. Like I was trying to go between the windows so that I can like I'm trying to get this in the same window so I don't miss out on on asking you the question.
please,
Or- Yeah, okay. And I can just put this here. So because I mean I think it was like at a time where I was like okay like I should be kind of asking you like kind of the next topic. So yeah,
sure.
yeah, sorry. So how do you in the last couple of decades like in business and in household like how has the structure changed? Like what are the things that have modified?
Oh, this is really important for, especially if you see in any metropolitan
Hmm.
politics of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Lifestyle has drastically changed. You see, the younger generation of men and women are equally
Mm-hmm.
qualified. Women are working long hours, like men
Yeah.
alongside with them. So the family structure has changed because of women being employed. So
Mm-hmm.
right now, on an average, we see that 49 to 50% of the women are the
Yeah.
contributors into the economy in a
Mm-hmm.
paid labor,
Yeah.
right? So that has drastically changed the dynamics of household and the workplace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And like what's been the impact of that? Like, I mean, you've seen it through multiple decades. Like, how do you see that impacting? Like how uh
Um, it's very interesting because I usually quote this example. My mother never heard the word cyberbullying.
mm-hmm.
I did.
Yeah.
My kids were growing up and the devices, we gave them, we cautiously would be using it. It was something new, right?
Yeah.
But a young family, a young parents, young mother now not only has to train herself,
Mm-hmm.
but her offsprings as well about cyberbullying, cybersecurity, online bullying, etc.
Yeah.
That has shifted the way life was, much
Mm-hmm.
simpler. So we look at our younger generation growing up with the devices. Inside the homes, we are still scared
Mm-hmm.
of them being followed on or
Yeah.
being bullied online,
Mm-hmm.
right? And our social acceptance of us is more important than our real humanity within us.
Yeah. Yeah. So the social impact with more women coming in the workplace and along with the kind of the cyber threats and more technologies coming up, uh, like like in addition, like what's been the social aspect of that? Like do you think it's been a progress in the positive? It's been it's it impacting things?
I wouldn't say it has been a progress, but this is the world we are living in into the fourth industrial revolution in the
Mm-hmm.
technical landscape of the things.
Mm-hmm.
Can we call it a progress? I don't know which lens we are looking at.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different life than 25 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So the parents, the young parents right now, have to train themselves and their children differently than
Yeah.
their parents were
Yeah.
trained. The important thing that I find it as people, families who have grandparents around to watch over grandkids. Now
Mm-hmm.
it's a parent's responsibility to train grandparents to so the children don't get away with it, the love and say, oh yes, you are allowed to do this. If
Mm-hmm.
your parents, mom, dad don't, grandma, grandpa can.
Yeah.
That is putting their children's safety at risk. So those kinds of things have shifted our domestic side of the things.
Mm-hmm.
On a professional side of the things, we have more automation and tools, softwares, and programs in
Mm-hmm.
place. So the cybersecurity, the data privacy, that happens to be my technical background, is more important than it was,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So we have to be looking out on
Yeah.
every aspects of the security postures
Mm-hmm.
of our infrastructures and things like that. The hackers and the threats, they are a step ahead.
Yeah, especially with AI, like within, I would say within the last 2 months, I know at least four fraudulent transactions that have happened, and people that I have worked with close by. I mean, just closest, right? Like the one separation away from me. I think between that, they have lost over $150,000 of incorrect fraudulent stuff that has happened to them directly. And I'm like, the emails, the spam emails that we are getting, the fraudulent emails that we are getting are just so sophisticated now. They just
Yes.
have so much more information and they direct. it's the attack is very, very directed now, and we will not even realize it.
Yes, and those threats are very real. Phone calls,
Yeah.
mimicking voices, and they are on the rise. And usually,
Hmm.
the vulnerable population becomes victims
Hmm.
first, right? So we need
Yeah.
to educate ourselves. We can't shift that responsibility to the authorities or someone else. It is
Yeah.
our responsibility equally
Hmm.
to be aware of and be conscious consumers,
Yeah. Yeah.
informed, educated consumers.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it has an impact all over. And on the other side, we have more privileges today uh,
Hmm.
than our parents' generation had 25, 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Life has become easier, but it's also become more, there's more ability and more things to do, right? I mean,
Yes.
how many people did an international travel twice a year or once a year? It
Oh,
was,
rarely.
yeah. And now it's so common. Twice a year we might have international, oh, that's probably the average, right?
Amish, I grew up reading. My father was an attorney, and he was in a international was writing on international laws, etc. So there were 8 or 9 newspapers coming in the house daily,
Yeah.
and then we used to read newspapers.
Yeah.
We don't have newspaper circulations anymore,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we have more news today that we don't want it.
Yeah.
Fake
Yeah.
news or whatever the word people want to use it. But we have overload of misinformation,
Hmm.
instant information. It takes seconds to reach your loved
Yeah.
ones, friends across the oceans
Yeah.
instantly.
Yeah. I think like just 35 years ago, we had to go down to a place, make a phone call, ask them to be available at that same time so we could actually have a phone call.
That is true. Yes. So it is a new lifestyle that we are part of right now. And it is like a global village,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Um, uh, on personal and professional level, both, because we work with colleagues around the planet,
Hmm.
the same systems,
Yeah. Yeah.
so that
And
has opened up the doors to connect with people who from different cultures, have different kinds of lifestyles, etc. But
mhm.
we have so much commonality. We get to know each other and learn each other about each other, and our shared goal, or shared humanity.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, so we have to look at what technology is bringing on the both sides.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It has definitely made life easier in many, many ways as well. So if this is where we are today and things, as you did mention, right, like things keep getting faster every decade or every 25 years, things are at least 4 or 5 times faster than before. What do you foresee in the future? Like, like if things are already at this pace, can human beings keep up with the future?
Listen, I'm very fond of some of the emerging technologies, and I watch nature shows and things like that, just to relax. And I was looking at one time, not sure if it was a National Geographic or one uh, who had filmed this, um, people flying with those suits,
Hmm. Yeah,
right?
the space.
Taking the leap from to the top of the mountain or somewhere
Yeah,
and gliding.
yeah.
A few daring people can do that. It's not everybody will do.
Yeah.
It just kind of came to my mind when you asked the question, where are we heading? We're heading into the future. That future looks like is what we make it today.
Hmm.
We can make it friendly to the humanity, or we can give it in.
Hmm.
It is where we decide to be technology our friend
Yeah.
or our
And Yeah, and a very common question that a lot of people ask, and I would like your opinion as well, is this is the first time where I think computers and technology is kind of going to be taking decisions and making, like, this is the first time that's happening. I think that's the thing that worries or interests a lot of people. So, what's your opinion? Like, do you think we will enable technology to take decisions for us, or we will be always in control of the technology?
That's a very important question. I think it is what we allow it to be.
Mm-hmm.
It is okay to be our co-creator,
Mm-hmm.
technology to be our co-creator, but the decisions should be in human hands and human minds,
Mm-hmm.
not technology.
Yeah, and
Technology is an automation, it's command,
yeah.
right? Even though we can say that a lot of good things about how it makes a job easy, analysis
Mm-hmm.
and all the research, and it's much faster and accurate. Yes, but the decision, a technical software or AI tool should not be making a decision.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be a very important leadership skill, right? All whoever is leading technology companies, I think there's going to be a level of conscious leadership that will be required to ensure people are doing the right thing. So, uh, in just your inputs as well, like, do you trust the leaders to be doing the right thing right now?
I think it's a very broad conversation that needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
So in 2022, when I was writing my book at the time, starting, um, we had sixth generation in workplace. So it has been recent. So I would still assume we're sixth generation in workplace. The use of the technology to push out to all different generations, from baby boomer to Gen Zers,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's not a easy decision by the companies, etc.
Mm-hmm.
When I look at that, the 21st century problems that we have, and technology is a big part of every day of our lives and our work, is going to be here. How do we steer? We human as our leaders steer. It
Mm-hmm.
cannot be with the for-profit mind.
Yeah.
It has to be through the conscious leadership, to
Mm-hmm.
people first, planet first, the money will follow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think
That's my opinion,
there was a
right?
lot of input for ESG as well, right? And that had come up. Uh,
Yes.
a lot of, I think there will be a level of maturity that will happen in that, and people will be implementing it the right way. But obviously, we have to go through iterations. Things don't just ever happen on the first go ever. So
So,
I think there is a intent to do the right thing, and it will go through a few iterations, mature enough so that the right thing happens.
yes. So my call to action here is that the consciousness to become not just the conscious leadership be a buzzword, but be rooted in our navigational system.
Mm-hmm.
Conscious consumerism, for the conscious living,
Mm-hmm.
everything, because there's six generation in a workplace, seven living generation. Each generation has a unique need,
Mm-hmm.
from aging
Yeah.
population to adolescence. Each
Yeah.
generation has a different need. How do we bring the conscious consumerism
Mm-hmm.
into our daily lives? There's
Mm-hmm.
a lot of work needs to be done. And the companies with the products that they serve these populations
Mm-hmm.
should be that conscious leaders
Mm-hmm.
promoting those ideas.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Are they? No,
yeah,
because it's still profit-centered,
there is.
profit-centered approach. So
Yeah.
where are we leading ourselves? So that's one thing. And then when I say the navigational system, is that coming back to the conversation we were having at the beginning about young mothers.
Mm-hmm.
Mothers, by nature, they're closer to the offsprings and are globally, are the caregivers, primary
Yeah.
caregivers, and they spend more time
Mm-hmm.
so with children. And instilling those consciousness values in them is
Mm-hmm.
similar to, like, the good example I can give here is that migratory birds, when birds fly across the ocean with their parents, they didn't get a formal training. They just do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It gets rooted into their DNA.
Yeah.
Generation of birds that they don't need to be trained. It's
Yeah.
in them.
That that does bring a very important point that the women are, if majority, right? I'm stereotyping a little bit, but majority of the women are taking care of the next generation. So, like the ensuring that women are instilling the right mindset, the right attitude, and the right ethics in the next generation is extremely important.
It is, and they need support because they
Yeah.
are now outside the house working long hours equally with
Hmm.
men,
Hmm.
contributing to the family income. So, so at that time, we need to look at the changing. You had asked question earlier, how the family dynamics, the household dynamics are changing.
Hmm.
They have changed, right?
Yeah.
So now we need to change our mindset to fit into that dynamics.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. And how do you think men should be able to like support this as husbands, friends, work colleagues, or brothers, sisters, or anyone, right? Like
I
how can men
think
support that?
it's a very important right now to set aside the gender differences, the roles and responsibilities that once women carried, because our role in current economy and a current living has changed, so
Hmm.
has the mindset has to be changed. So men should see that, right? There is
Hmm.
no shame. It doesn't make them less important or
Hmm.
less powerful who they are if
Yeah.
they're assisting in the household responsibilities,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And
And then like on a just curious, like yeah, they will be able to do an more provide more assistance. Like, but on a day-to-day basis, what would that look like? Like, what just as an example, like
I
what will
think
it be?
it does a whole lot on the family situations as well. If they're
Sure.
grandparents, they are there to support. If they are not,
Mhm.
and when, the
Right.
child caring,
Hmm.
the responsibility of assisting not just with the cooking dinner, but also sharing
Yeah.
responsibilities is depends on
Hmm.
each couple,
Hmm.
their family dynamics, whose job is taking more stress
Yeah.
on their hours and their
Yeah.
commitments, so they can decision can be made. But most importantly, women don't get support at work. Uh,
Hmm.
that has to shift.
Yeah.
And it's very common, let's call it as an open secret, that women don't support other women. That has to change.
Yeah.
We are
Yeah.
all in it together. We
Hmm.
already have multitude of challenges.
Yeah.
We don't need to keep
Yeah.
something that's not helping anyone anymore.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It should be a more collaborative, like
Yes,
it's not about this is work for someone or something. Like we just have to like
yes,
many times actually it might make life a lot more interesting as well, right? Like we just go with the flow. There is something to be done, just get it done. Doesn't matter who is doing
yes,
it. Uh like
yes.
you know,
Collaborative
it's
approach
going to
is,
be a lot more peaceful in the end.
yes. And women need support from men, and women make with their contribution make men successful in their role.
Hmm.
So it should be a collaborative.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter how we word it. It is the message is that
yeah,
there's plenty of conflict on the world right now. We don't need gender conflicts anymore.
yeah. Yeah, there's enough things to fight battles around the world. Let's not bring battles in the house
Yes,
or at the workplace, right? Like collaborate with people that you are working with or living with. So
yes.
yeah, so that is like very interesting. So tell me a little bit more about some of the work that you are doing. Like, like are you like mentoring? Are you coaching other people right now? Or
Yes. Yes, the coaching is a very important part of when we have gained, as I said, that working in New York, that was kind of an experience in steroids. So I learned a lot at that time
Mhm.
from the people in the top people with their outstanding expertise. So we learn from each other, right?
Mhm.
So I think that never changes as a
Yeah.
younger generation needs guidance, and especially sometime within workplace, you don't have a go-to person
Mhm.
where you can express the challenges you have. You have to keep up that face, right?
Mhm.
That I got it. I'm
Mhm.
handling it. But
Yeah.
most people feel when they are mid-management and above, most people feel they're hanging from a cliff.
Mhm.
Most people feel isolated. Most people feel that they don't have anyone that they can speak with interest,
Mhm.
and they need guidance. They
Yeah.
and we have been in the trenches,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a lived and learned experience
Yeah.
where I am able to bring into not only the professionally but the personal growth that I had been on my journey. So
Mhm.
that brings in that, you work on the self growth
Mhm.
in order to grow professionally. When you make your core muscle strong, you
Mhm.
can function better, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no matter, because the challenges would come in, you cannot stop that is coming externally.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
can only make yourself strong enough. How I deal with it in this situation with the least negative impact to the organization or the
Yeah.
team, and
Yeah.
how do we gather and garner the support
Yeah. Yeah.
within and then come in working together. The
Mhm.
collaboration is the key.
Mhm.
No matter where we see, either it's a family dynamics, a team dynamics, or
Mhm.
organizations, or working with external vendors or customers,
Mhm.
wherever we are, if we understand each other and come with an intention um, to support
Mhm.
each other, I think the
Yeah.
profits follow.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. When the
Humans are
structure is right, when the culture is correct, everything else like falls.
falls in place.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and like one of the things I observe with a lot of younger generation, probably Gen Z itself, is they hesitate to even ask, right? Like you did mention, we are willing to help, we are willing to coach, but the generation itself that's coming up, I think it's the education that they go through, saying you should be able to do something properly, or just say you're not going to do it, and like not asking for help. But I see a lot more of that being a new way of doing things. People don't even ask for help.
I think this is a very valuable question you have asked. Whenever I come across and I tell people, they said, don't hold yourself back.
Mm-hmm.
For older generation or young people are like this, they don't listen. Don't. Just reach out.
Mm-hmm.
Just reach out. Open the door and let them speak.
Yeah.
They're brilliant young people, but they're
Mhm.
growing with technology in a single family, in a nuclear family homes. They don't know how to connect.
Yeah.
Show
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's why I see my call to action here is the
Mhm.
women to bring everyone to the table. Is that
Yeah.
in our DNA, in our nature, to bring everyone to the table. And the
Yeah.
younger generation, you said that, they don't ask questions. They're growing up with technology with the devices, and it's easy for them to type something on a device and ask for an answer, then
Yeah.
speak up,
Yeah.
right? I think
Yeah.
we all need to work. The
Yeah.
older and the younger generation have to work.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
not just younger generation's
Mm-hmm.
responsibility or blame them.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of blaming each other, just set aside the
Yeah.
differences, reach out.
Makes sense. Yeah, that's a very valuable input. So obviously, I always learn something new whenever I'm speaking with you, and this is something I would say this specific thing is very very important. I think I probably am right in the middle. I should be asking for help, and even when I'm providing help, not hesitate. Like even if I think the person is not very receptive, I should still go ahead and contribute whatever I can.
Um, yes, you should not hesitate because the worst it would be no,
Yeah.
and don't take it personally.
Hmm.
But the next time if someone else had asked, maybe they will.
Hmm.
Maybe they do need help. Maybe
Yeah.
they're shy because, or they're hurt,
Hmm.
or they are going through that isolation and they need to be approached. So it's all together. I think most importantly, young parent, I know
Hmm.
like yourself, the uh, teaching younger generation, having those conversations outside of the devices is very
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
And this should be taught in early stages.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, makes sense. Yeah, so that was extremely enlightening. So thanks for providing a lot of insight and extremely valuable insight into the future. So I one of the things I always like to ask is, are you open to other people reaching out to you, and what's the best way that
Uh,
people can reach you?
Absolutely, absolutely. You have the email, the LinkedIn, social media from the website. They can
Mhm.
reach out to us via website, contact us. Yes,
Sweet.
absolutely.
That's the best way. So I'll include that in the description down below. Feel free to like reach out to Ritu. She's extremely knowledgeable about a lot of different topics, specifically everything happening and creating the next generation of leaders. So without any further delay, like do reach out to her. She's very very approachable, and I've had the pleasure of working with her for multiple decades now.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thanks.
Amish.
Thanks for
Thank
coming.
you for this opportunity, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.
Yeah, we should definitely connect again. There is just so much to cover.
Yes.
Cool. Sounds great. Thanks.
That's a wrap on today's episode of Main Street Minds. Want to share your journey with our audience? Head over to mainstreetmindspodcast.com/guest to apply.